Hi, welcome to Quietly Thinking Out Loud. I'm recording this episode at night, and if you hear crickets, geckos, or occasional car engine from afar, they are simply part of the nighttime soundtrack around here. I hope you don't mind their contributions. As I sat in my living room, watching the rain fall and listening to the unusual quiet. And as I sat there, I found myself thinking about my walk with my neighbor yesterday. We have lived here in the same compound for more than 20 years. And over time, the trees we and our neighbors planted have grown tall and full, turning this small corner into something that feels like a park. And yesterday, as we walked beneath those trees, I was reminded of something simple but important. None of us grows alone. Just as trees need soil, water, sunlight, and space, we are shaped by the relationships around us: parents, teachers, friends, and neighbors, our partners and children, the beliefs and values that guide us, and the people who work with us and for us. Together, they form what I like to call our relationship ecosystem. And how many relationships do we actually have? Maybe more than we usually notice. In some traditions, there is a simple way of looking at life through 6 directions. The first is our parents and family. These are the people who gave us our beginning. The second is our teachers and mentors, the people who help us learn and grow. And the third is our friends, neighbors, and companions, the people who walk beside us. The fourth is our spouse, partner, and children, the relationships closest to our hearts. The fifth is what helps keep us steady: our beliefs, our values, the principles that guide us, the quiet foundation we return to when life feels uncertain, the cornerstone we can hold on to when it feels as though nothing else is left. And the sixth is the people who work with us and for us: colleagues, team members, the people we depend on and who may depend on us. We are standing in the middle of our own relationship ecosystem. Each relationship is like part of an ecosystem, like trees, birds, soil, water, and sunlight. Each element affects the others. When one part is neglected, the whole system feels the impact. And when one part is cared for, the entire ecosystem becomes healthier. I think the same is true in our lives. Sometimes we focus on one relationship while forgetting another. We may work hard and neglect our friends, or care for others while forgetting our own guiding values, or become so busy that we lose touch with the people who quietly support us. And sometimes the people living just a few steps away become part of the ecosystem that help us feel supported and less alone. And do we need to make everyone happy? Not perfectly, but we can notice which parts of our ecosystem need attention. And perhaps the most important place to begin is the center, ourselves. Because when we are emotionally exhausted, disconnected, or unkind to ourselves, it becomes much harder to care for the people around us. We need to nurture our own well-being in order to generate happiness for others. It's like safety demonstration on the plane. We have to put on our own oxygen mask first before helping others. And at the center of the ecosystem is our relationship with ourselves, how we speak to ourselves, how we care for ourselves, how we forgive ourselves, how we return to ourselves when life feels difficult. Because the way we treat ourselves influences every direction around us. And maybe most importantly, it shapes our sense of self-worth. The quiet understanding that we matter, that our feelings matter, our efforts matter, our presence matters. We should look after our minds and be kind to ourselves. Learn how to congratulate ourselves when we achieve something. Pat ourselves on the back when we break through barriers. And from time to time, laugh at our own jokes. Not perfection, just attention. As for all kinds of relationship, we just need attention. A phone call to a friend, a conversation with parent, a thank you to colleague, a quiet moment to reconnect with our values, a kind word to ourselves, small acts of care. And over time, these small acts help restore balance. And perhaps that is what a meaningful life is, not standing alone, but standing in the center of relationships, aware that we are connected in many directions, and understanding that when we care for these connections, we also care for ourselves. So maybe we pause and ask ourselves which direction in our life needs a little more attention. A family relationship, friendship, our own values, the people we work with, or perhaps our own relationship with ourselves. You don't need to fix everything at once, just notice. And perhaps take one small step. Before we finish, I like to leave you with one simple thought. Sometimes we underestimate our own importance. But the truth is, we are somebody to someone. We are meaningful to someone. Our presence matters. And sometimes that quiet truth is enough to remind us that we matter too. And thank you for being here with me today. And wherever you are, be safe and take care.